Russia is suspending their country's natural gas deliveries starting Wednesday. The suspensions would be the first since Russian President Vladimir Putin said last month unfriendly foreign buyers would have to pay the state-owned gas supplier in rubles instead of dollars and euros. The Secretary of State, Antony Blinken, testified today before the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, saying that Russia does not appear ready or in the mood to talk peace. This, as the nation's top defense official says, the conflict between Russia and Ukraine is not a proxy war for Russia and the U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin talked with National Security Correspondent Jennifer Griffin, who's on that trip. Here's part of her interview.
An hour after you left Kyiv with Secretary Blinken, there were Russian missiles that struck the rail lines, 5 spots along the rail line. You traveled out by rail. Were they targeting the U.S. delegation?
The railway, writ large, is a target that you'd expect for them to go after, but hard to say, and I doubt that they had specific knowledge of where we were at any one point in time.
Russia's Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said that the potential for a nuclear war is real. Do you consider this hyperbole, or is this a threat?
Saber rattling and rhetoric like that is just unhelpful. Hard to say what's motivating Mr. Lavrov, but again, I think that kind of talk should be avoided.
How would you respond if Russia used a tactical nuclear weapon?
I don't want to speculate on any kind of response that we would make. What my job, Jen, is to offer the president a range of options for anything that happens. And I feel confident that I can do that no matter what happens.
Yesterday you said the goal is to weaken Russia at the end of this conflict. Why not say defeat Russia?
We're not in a fight with Russia. Ukraine is in a current struggle with Russia. And what Ukraine desperately wants is to make sure that it can protect its sovereign territory. And we want to make sure that we're helping Ukraine do that.
Was there anything you could have done to deter Putin?
The Ukrainians had the types of things that they needed. They were successful in stopping the advance of the Russians in a number of places around the country and defeating the Russians in the north around Kyiv.
Are you worried that this might turn into a proxy war between the U.S. and Russia?
No, it's not. This is clearly Ukraine's fight. And Ukraine's neighbors and allies and partners are stepping up to make sure that they have what they need in order to be successful.
How important is the next few weeks in the fight on the ground in Ukraine?
It's absolutely important. Every day is important in a fight like this.
But you don't believe that this will end in a nuclear war?
I do not. Everyone that's in this neighborhood, that's a part of the international community, do everything that's necessary to make sure that doesn't happen.
Our thanks to Jennifer Griffin and Defense Secretary Austin. Up next, our midterm focus.